Welcome to another NUCIDA video. If you like it, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and click the bell. Never forget our upcoming sessions. If you have any questions or hints, please leave a comment. Our certified QA experts will reply in time. In this video, I will show you how to work with UFT One and do the first after installing this test automation software. 3 shortcuts will be created on your system as soon as you install UFT. These are Unified Functional Testing, Run Results Viewer, and Edge Agent for UFT. Now, to use UFT, you're going to double-click on this icon over here. After installation, it will first ask you for the license warning. That means you can enter the license keys if you have bought this software. But if you are using the trial version as we are doing in this case, then we will go ahead and click on Continue option. There's the first step which will open while opening the UFT software. It's going to the Add-in Manager, in which all the dependencies will be listed, which you have installed previously when you were installing UFT. Within installation, all the dependencies like .NET, Java, Oracle, etc. are installed. These dependencies are important to support all necessary environments which are needed for your test objects. Let's say if my application under test is created in .NET, the .NET dependency should be installed. So, I need to check .NET, because this is how UFT matches the object properties with the application. For example, if your application is created in Java, you have to choose Java to test your test object. And again, if your software is created on .NET, you can choose all the dependencies related to .NET. So, if your application is web-based, you can choose web-based. If your application is window-based, you can choose WPF, which stands for Windows Presentation Foundation. This option will not come by default. This option will come only if you have installed .NET dependency at the time of installation. Now the application which we are going to test is built on .NET. I am going to choose all the dependencies related to .NET, that is, .NET and ActiveX. And I am choosing WPF and Web. So, I am choosing all these dependencies. You can choose all of them, but this is not recommended by UFT because it's going to degrade UFT's performance. For optimal performance and object identification reliability, select only the needed add-ins for the current test object. These add-ins are going to identify the properties of your test object. If .NET add-ins are there, it's very easy for .NET Add Insurance to understand the object properties. If the application is built in Java, it's going to be very easy for Java add-ins to understand the properties of a Java application. So that's why it's very important that you choose only those add-ins which are required for the application. Now, after choosing appropriate add-ins, we can click on OK over here. This is how your UFT interface looks like. This is the menu bar. You have File, View, Resources, ALM, Tools, Window, and Help. If you check the option ALM Tools whilst installation, the installation process adds the ALM menu item. So, this is how the UFT's interface looks like. This is the start page. You can close it, and now we can create our first project. Before creating the first project, let's understand the application which we are going to test. By default, UFT will give you the application sample, application for testing. Whenever you install UFT software, that application will automatically get installed on your system. And if you want to search for that application, there are 2 ways to do so. First, you can go to the search option, and you can write down Flight here, and you will see the Flight GUI option. This is the application which is by default installed when we click on this. So, this is how the interface of the application looks like. Name of application is Micro Focus, My Flight Sample Application. Here you can write down the username and password. You might be thinking we don't have any username and password. Yes, we don't have any username or password. Thus, you can first go and randomly add anything over here. So for example, I'm going to enter Royshans as username. Let's enter the same as password, and now we will click on OK. Here we got the login failed error message, and you will get the correct username and password. Because it is a sample application, they assured that in the error message, the defined username and password is displayed. So, the username here is John, and password is HP, which you must use to log into this application. Of course, the credentials could be different when you are going to try it, but the approach would be the same. Now, we are going to close this and write down the right username and password, which is John, and password over here is HP, and now we can click on the OK button. So, guys, this is how the example application looks like. It has two features initially: book flight and search order. First, let's see how to book a flight. We're going to just understand how this application works before recording it, because we need to analyze the application first before recording it. This is our fly from. That means the location from where you are departing. This is your arrival location, flight 2. So here let's say I'm choosing Frankfurt, and my flight will arrive in, let's say, Portland. I'm choosing this date, let's say 13th, and the class I'm choosing first, and the number of tickets is the number of passengers. I'm going to choose 4 here. Let's click on Find Flights. Here you will get options for all the flights matching your criteria. Let's choose this flight and click on the Select Flight button. So, guys, these are the details of the flight which we chose here. It's asking for the passenger's name. Let's say the passenger's name is Emily. Now we can go ahead and click on Order. You will get a confirmation message: order 90 completed. This is your order number. In case you want to search this order number again, you can click on New Search. This option here is the search order. You can search your order either with the name, date, or order number. In our case, we are going to search it with our order number and click on Search. Again, we are not recording it right now. We are just trying to analyze the application, how actually this application works before recording it. So, here you will get the information of the flight which we have booked before. If you want to delete this order, this is the option. You can delete it from here. We can click on this. It will ask you as a pop-up, are you sure you want to delete this order? I click the Yes button. This order will get deleted, and you will get the confirmation message again. Order 90 is deleted. So, this is the application which we are going to test. Let's get started and record this application. I am going to close this tab over here. To record the application, you need to create the test case first. Therefore, we will click on File, New, and then Test. You get 4 options over here: GUI test, API test, Business Process Test, and Business Process Flow. So, these are some options which we can choose for our testing. We're going to choose GUI test. Here we will name it My Test. This is the location where the test will be stored. You can give the solution name here. The solution name defines under which folder or under which name these recordings will be stored. Let's say I'm keeping it as mytest_bookflight, and that's it. You can click on this Create button. It's going to create your test case. We can go ahead and record our test case on the application which we just discussed. As for recording, we have 2 options, either this record or that record. First time when you are recording, I recommend you select this record because here you have options for settings. Here you can change settings for recording if you click the Record and Run Settings menu item. So, I am going to click on this option first. If you see it by default, it might be choosing web-based application. But as we know, this sample application is not web-based, it is window-based applications. So, we will choose this option over here and here. Also, we have 2 sub-options. First, record and run test on any open Windows-based application. That means if any of the Windows-based applications is open on your system, it is going to record that. So for instance, MS Office is a Windows-based application if it is installed on your local system. If you are using online MS Office, then you should use web-based applications. If you have some PDF readers, which are again installed on your system, then just use the Windows-based application. So, it can have a lot of confusion. We will not choose this option. Thus, we will choose this option over here. That means I want to record and run some specific application. Here you can choose this, and you need to add location of your flight reservation application. For that, you will click on this plus sign, click on this Browse option and navigate to C Drive, Program Files. Then look for the Unified Functional Testing folder and navigate to the Samples subfolder. Inside there is the Flights Application folder, and this is the location of your flight application GUI. We will choose it from here and click on the Open button. So, location has been chosen, we can click on OK, and now we select Apply and Oklahoma. Now let's get started and record the application. Now there is no problem. You can click on this record because we have already set the application settings. So, we can click on this option here. Now the application has automatically popped up because you have defined the location of the test object in the settings. Thus, it will open automatically. We are going to click on Username. So, the username is, as we know, John, and the password is HP. We are going to click on the OK button here, and we will stop recording. If you look in your script, you will see 3 lines have been recorded. So first enter the username, second enter the password, and third click on the OK button. Now, if you want to run this, you can click on this Run button over here. But remember, the precondition is that login dialog box should be open on your screen. If the login dialog box is not open, where it's going to execute these steps. So, for that we must first open the login dialog box again, because by default, this window is open on your screen. And now, we are going to close this and open the login dialog box again. You will go to search option here, type flight, as we did last time, and click on this. Now, your login functionality is open. We can go ahead and click on Run here. You will see John has been entered, and UFT enters the password as HP, and it is successfully executed. Also, you will get the report at the end, where you will see the 3 lines, which are passed, and the execution is 100% successful. This is how you can record and execute your test case. If you like it, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and click the bell. Never forget our upcoming sessions. If you have any questions or hints, please leave a comment. Our ISTQB, ITK, X-ray, and TestRail certified QA experts will reply in time or even produce a separate video about your topic. Please also check out our other over 200 videos about software quality. Happy testing. See you next time.